Hi, welcome back for the third and final session of this episode of Boiling Point. I'm actually, in this session I want to have a look at some of the commentary that we received on the first show last week. Andy, can you please show picture 6? This was quite a long comment on the YouTube page, basically saying that there was...
we love comments like that.
This is actually a genuine comment.
Okay.
I think in the last week's show I said LSD protested against Trump's Muslim ban.
Yep.
And this comment actually points out that there is no Muslim ban. That's actually a distortion. Or
some kind of a temporary suspension.
It's kind of, yeah. And the fact that I've been hoodwinked or kind of thought there was, use that term, shows the power of the kind of propaganda of the kind of anti-Trump movement at this moment. It's getting very big. In fact, it was there's no Muslim ban. It was a ban against people holding certain passports coming into the US for a certain period of time. So, yeah. and actually, that's not racism, because I think if Trump had said something about colour of skin or colour of hair or colour of eyes or something biological like that, you can call it racism. But in this case, it's nationalism or it's ethnicism. That's one point I want to make.
Especially when they're about to go to a war.
Well, I don't know about that.
Are they really going to start a war?
Of course, you have to look at the news about the new Secretary of Defense. Well, and then you know, but that's another topic.
Yeah, let's not go and talk about US stuff.
Actually, I like that guy a lot.
Andy, can you please show picture number 2? This was a slightly nasty comment from somebody, saying that I have a thick Aussie accent. Actually, that's
thick Aussie accent.
It's the first time someone's ever said to me that I have a thick Aussie accent. If anyone says I have a accent, they say it's like, wow, you don't have an Aussie accent. But anyway, interestingly, we're also likened to InfoWars. InfoWars is, had never heard of it until a few months ago when Trump won. Apparently it's it's one of those anti-mainstream media websites that is credited with helping Trump get elected. And so this commentator, Bakar Azeri, is kind of likening our show to something like that, which I thought was interesting. And also, they were a bit upset about me using the term ethnic separatism to describe the New Democracy movement. But anyway, this could...
Is he demanding more of the Aussie accents of yours, like mine?
Who knows?
That kind of thing.
But this could have been one of those... this could have been... maybe the Big Lychee people trying to say something.
Well, that's effective. I mean, it's like come up with these kind of comments like almost right away.
Oh, and his name. Look at his name, Baragi.
Anyway.
I'm sorry, I'm just...
But anyway, that was just a brief look at the commentary on last week's show. But now, thanks, Andy. That's enough of that pick. Now, for this session, I wanted to point out... they just had the Hong Kong Marathon, right? And I think it was on the last weekend, and even some person died, sadly. But that's beside the point.
She's doing it according to the tradition. I mean,
right.
when what happened for the first marathon?
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah. That's how the thing started. It was back into
the one who was supposed to carry the message back in the ancient Greek time.
Yeah.
He actually fell dead.
Because that guy won the war of marathon.
Yeah.
And the guy who
he was supposed to bring the word.
Yeah, who was supposed to bring the message of we got the victory, and he ran back all the way back to the capital of Greece,
and then he just fell dead.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about that, but the reason why I'm bringing this up is because of a slogan that one of the participants was wearing on her shirt. Andy, can you please show pic number 1?
This slogan, it's like,
Yeah. So basically,
what the fuck is going on? It's like,
That's hilarious.
so hang on. Let me. Can I?
越走越近
越走越近.
Basically, if you can
It's
see this runner. She's got this shirt on with the slogan, and she's also got some gay pride flag. But I want to focus on the slogan on the shirt, and actually her shirt. The slogan on the shirt reads, rehabilitate June 4. The further we run, the closer it gets. This is one of the slogans of the Hong Kong Alliance, and this is one of the slogans used to motivate people to attend the June 4 vigil in Victoria Park in June every year. And I wanted to analyse this slogan because it's got this future orientation. The further we run, the closer it gets. Actually, the Hong Kong Alliance, they in the lead up to June 4 each year, they actually do a marathon and they increase it by length by 1 kilometre each year.
Oh my
So
God.
I think this year they're supposed to run 28 kilometres.
Okay.
And
It would be fun to watch.
the interesting thing is,
Not
but I mean,
Not
this
interested.
slogan is it a fantasy? Is the rehabilitation of June 4?
Well, when they increase the distance of the stupid marathon, and they're gonna build the democratic China?
Okay.
Or they're gonna.
I mean, the whole karma got messed up.
So the point I want to make
the
is
mind got messed up.
the point I want to make is that this idea that something is coming, it's just around the corner. It's actually it's a characteristic of religions. Like in Christianity, there's this idea that Jesus Christ will come again, the second coming of Christ. So when you tell people that something's about to happen, it's coming, it's in the future, just keep trying, keep running, or keep whatever.
It's like they make a brew. They're brewing something. They want this to happen, so they're throwing everything in. They're running longer distances.
Yeah.
And they just hope.
Yeah, it keeps
this
hope
is
up.
going to happen. But the point is, it leads to nothing but slavery. It's like I mean, even at this stage, they're still begging for Beijing to.
Yeah, that's the the
begging
big
for mercy.
It's like a big petition, a big, the Chinese government, the Chinese communists, they're very familiar with petitioners, people humbly seeking redress of some grievance. Every year or 6 months, the Western media does a story on the petitioners who go to Beijing from around the country to try and...
they get caught, beaten up, pick up shit.
Yeah. So this idea of petitioning the Chinese government has a very long history, right? From the imperial era.
I mean, thousands of years ago.
So when
people
people petition the Chinese Communist government today, like they do in Victoria Park on June 4, it's a very kind of traditional way for the Chinese people to do it. Now, thing is, what we have now is the young people in Hong Kong, the new democracy movement. They reject this event in Victoria Park because they basically disagree with this idea of Hong Kong people being Chinese and Hong Kong being part of China. So they have their own events at Hong Kong University and other places. And interestingly, they do away with all the kind of religiosity, that kind of religious element of the that the old democracy movement uses on June 4.
They make it almost like a funeral, like every year.
Yeah, well, I guess the idea that
crying,
something is coming,
mourning,
exactly, the crying, the singing, when people get together in big numbers, they kind of get lost in this kind of emotional state with the choreography. And at this time, they yell, they chant, build a democratic China. And as I said last week, there's two meanings kind of hidden inside this build a democratic China slogan, and that is that that Hong Kong people are Chinese. and that Hong Kong is part of China. And it's because of these ideas are being implanted into people's heads when they're in the at the June 4 vigil in Victoria Park that the young Democrats, they totally rejected. Now, the whole idea of something coming in the future, like the rehabilitation of June 4. It's a kind of, as I tried to explain, it's a characteristic of religions. And Andy, can you please show pictures 3, 4, 5? No need to, So this is like Christians, they don't have candles. They don't have candles, but I'm thinking that the difference between the June 4 vigil in Victoria Park and one of these types of ceremonies is
so a pastor preaching to people.
Something's coming in the future.
Is it the Mormons or?
I'm not sure actually.
It's like people are becoming
too fanatic. Yeah, it's actually it also happens in Christians, but.
No. It's just
without
certain kind of.
No, I mean.
But not
Christians.
all. Just certain kind of churches.
Yeah.
It's funny. They're sharing the same kind of characteristics.
Yeah, and so basically the point I want to make is that June 4 vigil in Victoria Park is a bit like one of those religious
spiritual.
Yeah, it's very spiritual because people, they have their candles and they're crying and they're singing and there's a lot of people, and so they actually kind of lose the rationality of an individual and they become kind of part of this collective. They have some type of mystical or spiritual experience because of all these like sights and sounds and emotion around them, right? And it's at this time that the old democracy movement's ideas of Hong Kong people being Chinese and Hong Kong being part of China is kind of implanted or kind of, and this is when people are very emotionally excited, they're quite susceptible or they're quite open to accepting these ideas.
Yeah.
And with the candles, it does have this beautiful photo. And the people who attend the June 4 vigil, the next day they look on the front page of Apple Daily and they see themselves, right?
And they feel good
about it.
They felt like they had attended some kind of historical event.
As if they have done something significant that actually made a difference.
They had practiced
which is not
justice.
Yeah.
In some sense.
And year after year, time is wasted like that.
Yeah. And of course, it's very hard for them to change because they've been doing it the same way since 1990.
And it has become a stable or constant source of income.
Right. They do collect money before the
all those donations,
which is kind of a bit unseemly.
Well, I think it's a really good trick, though, for the pendant, to collect money, to
sell souvenirs, that kind of thing, books.
They actually different political organizations like the Democratic Party, like the LSDs and the party of the civic
passion.
Not
civic party. Yeah.
Civic passion is not there.
Not civic passion. They got beaten up if they would dare to show up. I think it's the civic party. Isn't it?
Civic party.
The civic party. They all just tend to. Oh, and the year when the Chinese bookseller has been kidnapped to mainland.
Li Bo.
And his co-workers, and that actually that book, that forbidden book by the PRC, and they sold that book in the last memorial of the June 4th.
Really?
And they raised tons of money by that, and they sold out all the books.
It's a good way. It's a good way
I
to
remember.
get rich.
I remember you walk through that street in Causeway Bay and. They're all kind of
candles.
Shouting, like asking for donations. It's a bit, I don't know. For the event, it's a commemoration of the killing of the students in Beijing in 1989.
Off the topic, basically.
Doesn't seem to.
It's not sticking to the original path.
Yeah, actually, if you
defeats
look
the purpose.
if you look about different memorials, like probably maybe the massacre in Germany, or the memorials of that, people are, they got the moments of silence, they do some little prayers and whatsoever, but not doing so spiritual thing and cry out loud and singing songs in the gathering and stuff. Oh, gosh.
The division between the old and the new Democrats really comes to a head on June 4. It's because it is an emotional time for Hong Kong people, a little bit.
Yeah.
And some people, where should I go? Should I go to Hong Kong U, or should I go to some, Victoria Park, or somewhere else? There's
maybe Tsim Sha
Tsui, or there's a bunch of things now, right?
Yeah.
And it actually the choice of where you go is you're actually expressing your identity, whether you're Chinese or whether you're Hong Konger. If you're Chinese, you go to Victoria Park. Because it's a patriotic Chinese event. Actually, the Chinese Communist Party want Hong Kong people to go to the Victoria Park event, because
if people don't go, they will be worried.
Because the biggest kind of threat to the Chinese Communist Party is when Hong Kong people don't think of themselves as Chinese, when it really is a strong ethnic division. But as long as people still go to Victoria Park, they're saying that they're Chinese. So, yeah, Chinese communists.
Well, I don't think there's a really direct relation between these two, because, even though you're not going to the Victoria Park, it doesn't necessarily mean that you consider yourself as a Hong Konger, or you buy the Hong Kong ethnicism.
Actually, that's not the issue. The main point is, it's actually another form of control. If you go to that kind of gathering like every year, and then you cry, you mourn, you donate money, you think you have done something for the democracy of Hong Kong and China, and then you feel good about it, and you are not going to do anything radical afterwards, and then you just wait for another year, and then you do the same shit again. So that's why China actually wants people to go to that kind of gathering. But when people see through all that veil, see through all that illusion, and then they refuse to go there, and then they think of something like, we're actually not Chinese. This is not related to us.
Yeah.
And then they start developing a sense of identity for themselves, for Hong Kongers, and then everything will be out of their control.
Like 贖罪券效應, how do you say that in English?
It's like back in the medieval Europe, when people feel guilty about themselves, they go to the church and then they donate money, confess. They
actually got something like a bond, and if they buy,
they get to go to heaven if they pay enough.
Yeah, same kind of shit.
Yeah. So I believe Ben has also covered some other issues from North Korea.
Well, okay. If we can just see pick 2 again, please, Andy.
And 1 and 2 also. Thank you.
Actually, that's 7, but okay.
Yeah. So that's Kim Jong-il's brother.
Elder brother.
And he has been assassinated, and this is his son. Well, this guy, he said he would look for peace for North Korea. So I guess that's a death sentence for him. He will be a dead man. He will be the next one who could be assassinated. But we'll see, because there are quite a lot of people from the North Korea, and they have been coming into Hong Kong.
Really?
There are. Maybe we can talk about this in the next episode. So we're running out of time, and I guess we'll see you guys in the next episode again.
Third episode.
Yeah, please follow us Saturday 8 o'clock.
Send us comments.
Yeah, send us comments if you wanted to. Boing point. Thank you, and see you guys. Ciao.
Bye.
經錯過我哋精彩嘅節目， 而家上嚟呢個網址就可以訂閱晒我哋8大頻道，付費之後仲可以重溫晒所有精彩嘅節目。記得要訂閱我哋嘅 YouTube channel 同埋讚好我哋嘅 Facebook 專頁啊！